डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Hello students, I welcome you to the Chaitanya studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. In this video lecture, we are going to deal with one of the papers of BBA related with research methodology 401, BBA R 401. It covers 4 blocks, and from those 4 blocks, we are going to cover the block 2 related with research methodology. What is research? What are the types of research? In this lecture, we are going to focus on types of research. But what is research? Simply we can say, this is related with searching again. But before we go, let us talk the purpose, the target of this, and they are known as learning objectives. The learning objectives of this block, of this unit are: understand about types of research, as I told you, understand about research process, understand about characteristics of research, and objectivity and ethical concerns of research. They are called objectives, and from those objectives or from these objectives, we are going to cover today in this particular video lecture types of research. And for that, we need to understand what is research. Then we will go, what are the types of research? Research comprises creative work undertaken on a systematic basis in order to increase the stock of knowledge comprising knowledge of humans, culture, and society, and the use of this stock of knowledge to devise new applications. It is used to establish or confirm facts, reaffirm the results of previous work, to solve new or existing problems, support theorems, or develop new theories. A research project may also be expansion on past work in the field. Let us try to understand the concept behind the word research and the things that I talked. Basically, research is a scientific process. It is a systematic process. It is a formal process. It is an intensive process. It is a combination of 2 words, re plus search. Re means doing again, and search, that means something, it is there, it exists, and we have to find out. Now in that we have added one more thing, that it is a creative activity, and creative activity which is undertaken on a systematic basis. I am clear that I am doing something new, but I am following certain pattern also. I am following certain style also, certain standards also. For what? In order to increase the stock of the knowledge. Society, the world, the industry, the academics, they all are looking for new knowledge. Knowledge, sometimes it is already there, but we do not know it exists. Research scholars, through different types of tools and activities and methodologies, they find out that knowledge. And on the basis of that, they develop new theory. They develop new concepts. They find out new law. And all these things are applied in the society for the betterment of the society, for the betterment of the organization, for the betterment of any institute. So, new knowledge, new concepts, new products, new theory, new law, all are possible because of this research. And this research should take place in a systematic way. That is very important, that any project, any research project taken by scholars like you should be with a purpose, should follow certain norms, should follow certain ethics, and it should take place with a clear motive. So, let us go ahead. Then what are the types of this research? If research is this, research is a systematic process. Research is an intensive process. Research is a formal process. Then what are the types of this research? And the types of research can be explained in a tabular form. A chart is there. This chart talks about the different types of research. These different types of research are categorized in 3 heads. These 3 heads are developed on the basis of 3 things. From the viewpoint of, that means if you are taking research from the viewpoint of application, then there are 2 categories of research. One, pure research, and second, applied research. If you are studying, understanding research from the objectives point of view, then exploratory research, descriptive research, correlation research, and explanatory research. Understand, students? And if you are taking research from the perspective of getting information, seeking information, then there are 2 types of research: quantitative research and qualitative research. Focus on this slide once again. There are different types of research, but these different types of research are decided on the basis of the purpose, on the basis of the viewpoint. If you are taking research from the application point of view, then there are 2 categories. If you are taking from the objectives point of view, then there are 4 categories. And if you are taking from the information point of view, then there are 2 categories. Let us try to understand these 3 different categories in brief. On the basis of information point of view, there are 2 categories. whenever you are interested in collecting, gathering information, then you have to follow either of these two. One, qualitative research, and another, quantitative research. What is qualitative research? Qualitative research is concerned with the quality phenomena. You are judging the quality of anything, quality of food, quality of person, quality of education, quality of product. That means you are judging the quality. These phenomena relating to or involving quality of kind. The information will be in the form of qualitative data. This qualitative research is particularly important in the behavioral sciences, where the intention is to find out the underlying motives of human behavior. Through such research, we can analyze the various factors which motivates people to behave in a particular manner, or which make people like or dislike for a particular thing. If I want to know the reactions of the people about particular behavior, then I need to find out, I need to follow this qualitative research. That which quality attracts an individual, which quality distracts an individual, which quality encourages other people to do work better, which qualities discourages people from doing the work. These things are connected, concerned with quality research. So that is why it falls under the category of qualitative research. The second is quantitative research. Let us understand what is quantitative research. Quantitative research is based on the measurement of quantity or amount. It is applicable to phenomena that can be expressed in terms of quantity. The information always in the form of quantitative data. Here, not the quality, but the quantity is important. That means data is important. If I want to make a statement that India or Ahmedabad is vaccinated 100%. Now I can make this statement not on the basis of the quality of the people, not on the basis of the nature of the people, not on the basis of the attitude of the people. I need to have a concrete data that yes, what is the population of Ahmedabad? This much population. Now from that, each and every person is vaccinated, then and then I am in a position to make this statement. So that means I should have the data. This data is in number. This is collected on the basis of certain investigation. There is a process of qualitative research as well as quantitative research. But there are two main categories, one qualitative and another quantitative. On the basis of application. Now what is the meaning of the word application? Whatever knowledge I have, I want to apply. And most important thing is this, you must develop the art of applying knowledge. if you could apply this knowledge, it would be great service to the society. And on the basis of that, what are the types of research on the basis of application? Number one, first is basic, which is also known as fundamental, which is also known as conceptual. It is also known as pure research, or it is also known as theoretical research. In these types of research, it is related to some abstract ideas or theory. It is generally used by philosophers and thinkers to develop new concepts. So this basic research, this fundamental research, this conceptual research is used by philosophers and thinkers. This research is mainly concerned with generalizations and with the formation of a theory. The second category, the second type of research on the basis of the application is experimental, which is also known as applied research, which is also known as empirical research. So don't get confused. Experimental, applied, empirical, they are same. Empirical research relies on experience or observation, often without due regard for system or theory. It is a data-based research. This type of research is also considered as action research. I am using one more word: experimental, applied, empirical, and action research. On the basis of objectives, what is the objective? What is the purpose of research? One is exploratory research. What is exploratory research? It is defined as the initial research into a hypothetical or theoretical idea. This is where a researcher has an idea or has observed something and seeks to understand more about it. Second is a descriptive research. Once the groundwork, assumption is a groundwork. Once the groundwork is done, then descriptive research starts. Somebody has already done some exploratory research, then somebody will go for descriptive research. It is already there, groundwork is established, the newly explored field needs more information, and the next step is descriptive research, defined as attempts to explore and explain while providing additional information about the topic. Then there is a correlation research. I am going back so you can understand. First is exploratory, then there is descriptive. Somebody has reached up to this level, now somebody is going ahead. Another research scholar think about this correlation. This correlation is simply defined as a relationship between two variables. The whole purpose of using correlations in research is to figure out which variables are connected. Correlation research is looking for variables that seem to interact with each other, so that when you can see one changing, you have an idea of how the other will change. If I have money, this is one variable. What is the effect of it? Am I spending more? Am I purchasing more? Or am I donating more? So what is the relationship of money with other variables? And next is explanatory research. Explanatory research is also called as causal research. It is the investigation of cause and effect in relationship. If this happens, what is the effect? If person eats more, what is the effect to his health? If person exercises more, what is the effect to his health? So there is a cause and there is an effect. So it is known as explanatory research. This type of research is very complex and the researcher can never be completely certain that there are not other factors influencing the causal relationships, especially when dealing with people's attitude and motivation. This research, whether it is qualitative or quantitative, it is applied or pure, it is on the basis of theory or on the basis of concepts, follows a same kind of process. Earlier, I did talk to you that research is a systematic process. What is the meaning of the word systematic? Something which is carried out by following certain steps. This process of research is also following certain steps. They are known as research steps or process of research. Research process consists of series of actions or steps necessarily to effectively carry out research. These actions or steps are, what are the steps of the research process? First, formulating the research problem. What is the problem? What is the issue? What is the area of concern? You have to take the first step. So the first step is formulating the research problem. Second step, extensive literature survey. Now suppose I have framed a problem. I want to find out that what is the result or result of English medium students is different from the results of Gujarati medium students in a particular course or a particular program. Now this is my problem, this is my research problem. I want to know whether English medium students perform better or Gujarati medium students perform better in any examination. Now I have to go ahead. For that, I have to survey the literature. That anybody has done research over it. If someone has done research related to it, I must find out that project. I must read journals related to it. I must read the books, the study material, and the opinions and concern of other people about this topic, about this problem. This is called literature survey, which is also known as review of literature. Sometimes people say review of literature or literature review, which is also known as extensive literature survey. Third stage, developing the research hypothesis. Hypothesis is any assumption that if this is this could be possible. This is hypothesis, that when there is winter, the consumption of nutritive food increases. Now this is assumption that whenever there is winter, people consume more nutritive food. Now I have to verify it. For verifying, I will collect the data. So this is called research. That I will find out that what is the consumption level. I will meet businessmen, I will meet shopkeepers, I will get data from them that do really there is increase of selling of those nutritive products during the winter. So this is called hypothesis. Preparing the research design. Now I must know which pattern I will follow. Should I go for qualitative research? Should I go for quantitative research? Should I go for pure research? Should I go for explanatory research? Should I go for applied research? I have to find out the design. What would be my research methodology? How will I start my research? Who will be my target people? How many people will be contacted? How much data will be required? From where I will collect the data? And if I collect the data, how I will analyze the data? So that means I must find out the design. This is known as preparing the research design. Determining the research design. Once I have prepared, then I will determine. Yes, these are the things. And from this is the perfect thing for my research work. I will go for quantitative research or I will go for qualitative research. So I decided my design. On the basis of that now, I will start collecting the research data. This data can be collected by following certain patterns. How to collect the data is an issue, is a challenge for number of scholars. And for collecting data, I have various techniques. I observe certain things. I conduct interviews. I select certain group of people. I experiment on them. I prepare a questionnaire. What is the meaning of the word students questionnaire? Questionnaire means a series of questions drafted in a way that you reach to some kind of conclusion. So I distribute the questionnaire. People respond to that questionnaire. So I get the data. Once I get the data, that means this is called execution of the project. I distribute questionnaire. I interview people. I meet people. I get companies' data from the websites. And then I start analyzing it. This is called analysis of data. Very crucial stage of this. Once you analyze that this many people have done this many people have done this, now you have to apply any testing. The hypothesis that you have is to be tested now. And for testing that hypothesis, you follow any statistical theory. You may follow SPSS, you may follow ANOVA pattern, you may follow the available pattern of Google Scholar. You can also follow even the Excel itself is a wonderful way of analyzing the data. So you decide the correlation pattern, you decide any formula, take help of any statistics expert, because whenever there is a data, you need to take help, and then you try to testify the hypothesis. That what was your hypothesis, what was your assumption in the beginning, and what is the outcome. And on the basis of that outcome and hypothesis, you generalize or you reach to the conclusion. This is called generalization and interpretation. And on the basis of the interpretation, you prepare, this is called preparing of the report or presentation of the result. What is your conclusion on the basis of your analysis? What is your outcome? Where you have reached? This is called your conclusion. And on the basis of that conclusion, make recommendations. These recommendations will definitely help the followers, the research scholars, and even to the companies, even to the organizations to take a wise decision. So that is why it is very crucial that you think about it. Students, whatever you have studied, you must assess your progress. So you keep on progressing. Answer these questions. Once you finish viewing this video, understand the concept and try to find out the answer. I am also going to give you the important book, reference book for your research. Research Methodology by C.R. Kothari. So students, let us sum up what we have studied today. We have studied 1. What is research? Research is a systematic process. It is a scientific process. It follows a particular pattern. This pattern is to be decided by you on the basis of the purpose, whether you want to find out in this way or in that way. Whether you are interested in qualitative product, quantitative, that means you want to find out on the basis of application, on the basis of information, or on the basis of availability of resources, knowledge. Once you decide the pattern, then you decide the process. And this process follows certain steps. Decide the problem, then find out the pattern, collect the data. For collecting data, either take the interview or go for the questionnaire. Once you get the data, please remember your data should be factual. If your data is wrong, your final conclusion would be wrong. And if your conclusion is wrong, the decision of the authority will be wrong. So data should be factual. Once you get the data, analyze the data. On the basis of analysis, interpret the data. And on the basis of the interpretation, take a conclusion, reach to the conclusion. This conclusion is a great help to the society. You also make recommendations on the basis of your observations, on the basis of your research. So students, research plays a very crucial role in developing a new knowledge, developing a new theory, developing a new concepts. And this new theory, these new concepts will help the society on a large scale. So I would definitely recommend all of you to think about research. It is the need of the society. Our nation, our country, India needs good research to reach to new knowledge. So think about it. Start today. Motivate yourself for research. Thank you, students.
स्वाध्यायः परमं तपः